We'll begin with a batch of news in the tech space today, including Alphabet. Let's get right to our Deirdre Bosa on an early tech check. Morning, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Carl. So Sundar Pichai teased this last week. Google's latest AI model, Gemini 3.0, it's now officially out. First, integrated across a number of Google products and then eventually to Google Ultra subscribers. Now, this is another benchmark-topping model, which used to be the main event, a flex against competitors. But in today's environment, Google is positioning it as more than that, an ambient, deeply integrated AI system that builds on the successes of past versions. Now, Alphabet has another edge here. For the first time, it is shipping Gemini at the scale of Google, as Pichai puts it, meaning that new features like complex reasoning, more dynamic multimodal capabilities will be integrated into AI mode, the default experience for most Google users. And that is a big part of what investors have been buying into over the last few months. Google's vertical integration that spans models, chips, cloud, lets it deliver AI to consumers that may not even be seeking it out. Now, for those that are seeking it out, though, through the Gemini app, Google continues to close this gap between itself and the current leader, ChatGPT from OpenAI. Pichai says that the app now has 650 million monthly active users. OpenAI said in August that ChatGPT hit 700 million weekly users, not apples to apples there, but third-party data from SimilarWeb, it backs up this trend of Gemini closing the gap. Now, this is also, though, guys, where the bubble anxiety sets in. The market isn't just tracking model quality, users anymore. It's tracking runaway capex, the rising role of debt, circular financing. In an interview with the BBC today, Pichai says the trillion-dollar AI boom has elements of irrationality, and he says no firm is immune if the bubble bursts. So Google shares today reflecting that anxiety. Despite that benchmark-beating model, deployment to potentially billions of users, the market is not rewarding model wins the way it did a year ago. It is pricing in the cost of keeping up, guys, and Google is spending in this space.
Yeah, a little more scrutiny on the cost and the spending side of the equation. You mentioned the benchmark meeting model. How do you evaluate, Deirdre, as you get these updates on the technology and on the AI models, whose is better than whose?
So it's a great question, and I always go to one source, lmarena.ai. It basically asks developers to rank the models on a number of different benchmarks, from math to coding to reasoning. So that's a standard one. That's the one that Sundar Pichai cites as well in his blog post accompanying this model release. There's some other ones that you can look at, like Hugging Face for open source, etc. But it's an important question, Sarah, because I think that probably 90, maybe 99% of users don't care if they have a benchmark-beating model, like the best, smartest model on math. They want to, especially consumers, just get answers. They maybe want a good personality. And on that front, too, Google's sort of giving something to consumers. We'll see if they appreciate it or not, but it says that this model isn't a sycophantic. Like, they're not telling you what you want to hear, what you need to hear. And when OpenAI came out with a model that was less, friendly and soft, some users didn't like that. So we'll see how they respond, especially as Google wins over more consumers.
Yeah, the personalities of the models.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deirdre. Deirdre Bosa.